You've probably admired the natural beauty and ageless charm of Hollywood stars. However, behind the spotlight lies a story of cosmetic surgeries that few people know about. The faces we once adored have changed to the point of being unrecognizable. What surprises us is not just the change in appearance, but also the consequences of these decisions. Some stars admit to turning to surgery to feel more confident, but does this artificial beauty truly bring long-lasting happiness? Or is it just the price they pay to maintain a perfect image? Behind those charming smiles and captivating eyes are stories of pain, regret, and irreversible changes. So what do you think about these stars? Is the price they paid worth it? Can you spot the significant changes in the faces of Hollywood stars you once admired? If you were shocked by these cosmetic surgeries, leave a 1. But if you think these changes aren't too surprising, leave a 0. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to support us in bringing you even more intriguing stories. Today, we will uncover the heartbreaking story of Bryan, who embarked on a painful and unexpected journey into the world of cosmetic surgery. It all began in 2009 when she simply wanted to refresh her appearance with dermal fillers. However, things quickly took a tragic turn, altering her life forever. At the age of 47, Carol just wanted a more youthful look and believed cosmetic procedures could help her regain her confidence. Little did she know that a dangerous combination of 2 different fillers, including silicone, was injected into her forehead and cheeks. Instead of achieving the desired results, Carol's face began to swell, distort, and harden, making it nearly impossible for her to recognize herself. The damage grew worse with time, and despite her efforts to fix it through treatments and surgeries, each attempt only brought more pain and disappointment. Her once bright life was quickly replaced by feelings of isolation and despair. Carol admitted that during those dark moments she even considered ending her life. Despite her search for a solution, Carol could not escape the painful aftermath. In 2013, she decided to seek out a facial specialist for reconstructive surgery. However, tragedy struck once again when the surgery caused irreversible damage to her optic nerve, leaving her permanently blind in one eye. With incredible courage, Carol continued to fight through both the physical scars and emotional trauma. She underwent numerous additional surgeries, including skin grafts and facial reconstruction, to restore both function and appearance. Now, at 58, Carol continues to battle the deep scars left by this painful experience. At the same time, Carol has openly shared her struggles with self-esteem, the psychological burden, and the challenges of maintaining her sense of dignity. Her story is not only a reminder of the hidden dangers of cosmetic surgery, but also a profound lesson on the importance of thorough research caution and understanding the risks before undergoing any aesthetic procedure. Her courage in sharing her journey has shed light on the darker side of the beauty industry, urging others to think carefully before making similar decisions. Michael Jackson's journey with cosmetic surgery was not only iconic, but also one of the most controversial in music history. Comparing his childhood photos with his final images before his death in 2009, we can easily notice the dramatic transformation. These changes left millions of people worldwide both amazed and perplexed. Michael Jackson's pursuit of physical perfection began subtly with delicate alterations. His first cosmetic surgery was a nose job in 1979 after a stage accident caused damage to his nose. According to family accounts, Michael asked his sister LaToya to undergo a similar nose surgery as a test before deciding to go ahead with the procedure himself. After being satisfied with the initial result, Michael Jackson took the leap, paving the way for a series of increasingly ambitious surgeries. Experts believe that Jackson underwent countless nose jobs, cheek implants, eyelid surgery, and chin augmentation. Some surgeons estimate that he had dozens of surgeries, although this number doesn't reach the sensational 100 surgeries often reported by the media. Jackson's obsession with changing his appearance not only reflected his artistic vision, but also served as a clear sign of his inner struggles. Michael openly discussed his dissatisfaction with his looks, explaining that surgeries were a way to improve his health, such as addressing breathing issues caused by his nose surgeries. However, fans and critics alike speculated that there were deeper psychological factors at play, including body dysmorphia. One of the most controversial changes in Michael Jackson's appearance was the lighter skin tone he developed. According to multiple sources, this was due to vitiligo, a condition confirmed during his autopsy, although it sparked controversy throughout his life. Despite this, Jackson always sought to assert himself and strived to present a perfected version of himself through his image and music. Today, Michael Jackson's legacy lives on through his groundbreaking contributions to music and performance. However, his constantly changing appearance remains a central part of his life story, serving as a lasting reminder of the complex pressures that come with fame. Jocelyn Wildenstein, famously known as Catwoman, due to her feline-inspired appearance, remains one of the most attention-grabbing figures in the world of celebrities. At 84, she continues to defy conventional beauty standards, with a face that has both mesmerized and shocked the public for decades. However, things get truly fascinating when we start delving into the story behind this unique appearance. Despite her striking look, Jocelyn has always insisted that her beauty is not the result of countless cosmetic surgeries. She claims that these distinctive features are a result of her genetics and a bit of Swiss refinement. According to Jocelyn, her unique beauty is a gift from her parents, further enhanced by high-end Swiss skincare products. However, Jocelyn's words have not been enough to stop the speculation about her cosmetic procedures. Over the years, it has been believed that Jocelyn spent millions of dollars on surgeries to achieve her signature cat-like eyes and flawless body contours. Reports suggest that procedures ranging from a full facelift, eyelid lifts, cheek implants, and several other surgeries have cost her upwards of $4 million. Despite this, Jocelyn firmly denies all accusations. She asserts that her smooth skin is natural, the contours of her face are naturally shaped, and the rumors about unsuccessful cosmetic surgeries are nothing but fabricated stories from tabloids. For Jocelyn, the whispers and headline news are simply an attempt to sensationalize her image. However, skeptics find it hard to believe that genetics alone could account for such a drastic and lasting transformation. Whether you believe it or not, Jocelyn Wildenstein has become an enduring figure in popular culture. Her appearance is instantly recognizable, sparking debates about excessive beauty treatments and the extreme lengths people may or may not go to reinvent themselves. In many ways, Jocelyn has defied the stereotypes of the typical cosmetic surgery disaster and has created her own niche as a living legend of transformation. So the big question here is Jocelyn really the product of perfect Swiss genes and magical skincare creams? Or is her transformation the result of one of the most extravagant cosmetic surgery journeys in history? It's a mystery that continues to captivate the world and keeps her name appearing in headlines to this day. Donatella Versace, a true fashion icon, has left an indelible mark on the world of fashion and beauty. But behind her alluring image lies a story of relentless pursuit, a blend of art, self-expression, and a controversial obsession with beauty. From a young age, Donatella showed a passion for beauty and transformation. As a teenager, she began dyeing her hair blonde, a decision encouraged by her brother Gianni. Gianni believed that a platinum look would set her apart. This first experiment in reinvention was just the beginning of a lifelong journey where she continuously combined her appearance with her personal views on beauty and allure. Over the decades, Donatella's face has become as distinctive and recognizable as her fashion empire itself. Experts and insiders have openly discussed her extensive use of cosmetic procedures. Botox, dermal fillers, and laser treatments are considered the main methods in her beauty routine, each leaving its own unique mark on her face. Renowned plastic surgeon Dr. Steve Fallick has confirmed the large number of surgeries she has undergone, noting that these interventions have collectively shaped the bold signature look she is known for. Public reaction to Donatella has always been mixed. For some, Donatella represents the pitfalls of excessive cosmetic procedures, a face transformed to the point of being almost unrecognizable. However, for others, she is a brave role model, someone who has always embraced her choices without regret, refusing to conform to society's expectations of natural beauty. Donatella has never shied away from facing scrutiny. In a candid interview with Love magazine, she dismissed the idea that natural beauty is overly glorified, even joking that it didn't appeal to her at all, likening it to vegetables. Instead, she affirms that personal aesthetics are a matter of individual choice, a stronger form of self-expression rather than adhering to cultural standards. At 69, Donatella remains one of the most powerful women in the fashion world, inheriting the Versace legacy with her signature platinum blonde hair, bold style, and unmistakable presence. Her transformation, both personal and physical, is not just a symbol of vanity. It represents embracing change, asserting identity, and rejecting society's imposition of beauty standards. If you believe that personal aesthetics are a right to express oneself, leave a 1 in the comments. What do you think about how Donatella Versace asserts her personal identity? Share your thoughts and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to follow more intriguing stories. Pete Burns, the former lead singer of the British band Dead or Alive, is remembered not only for his 1980s hit You Spin Me Round Like a Record, but also for his tumultuous relationship with cosmetic surgery. Pete's striking appearance and outspoken personality turned him into a cultural icon. Beneath his bold exterior lay a lifelong obsession with cosmetic procedures, which drained nearly all of Pete's wealth and health. It all started with what seemed like a simple nose surgery to fix a fracture. However, that first step opened the door to a cycle of surgeries that went far beyond anyone's expectations. Over the years, Pete Burns underwent an astonishing number of surgeries and cosmetic treatments, totaling nearly 300 procedures. Unlike most people who struggle with recovery after a major surgery, Burns continuously underwent surgeries, many of which were to treat infections, complications, or unsatisfactory results. Pete Burns' face significantly changed over time, becoming not just a symbol of his bold personality, but also a stark representation of the dangers of obsession. Pete was open about his journey, admitting that it wasn't just vanity, but an effort to create his own identity, a refusal to conform to ordinary life. Doctors repeatedly warned Pete about the health risks and physical tolls, but Pete remained undeterred. He was determined to pursue a perfect version of himself, despite knowing that perfection was always elusive. Despite the pain, financial struggles, and health risks, Pete never regretted his decisions. He viewed his transformation as an extension of his art, a performance of self-expression just as important as his music. Pete Burns's resilience and defiance, even in the face of public scrutiny, turned him into a revered figure. Those who admired his boldness and personality saw him as a symbol of self-expression, unafraid of society's judgment. Tragically, Pete Burns's journey was cut short in 2016 when he passed away from natural causes at the age of 57. His death marked the end of a life full of controversy, creativity, and constant reinvention. Today, Pete Burns's story serves as both a warning and a testament to the extremes of personal expression. His story forces us to consider how far someone will go to stand out, to feel unique, and to project the image they've built for themselves, no matter the cost. Dennis Avner, also known as Catman, is a striking figure who has lived a life that challenges societal norms and personal identity. Born in Michigan, Avner is not only a U.S. Navy veteran, but also a computer programmer who chose one of the most extreme ways to express himself. His transformation journey began at the age of 23, when, according to his own account, a Native American healer encouraged him to forge a spiritual connection with the tiger. This advice inspired Avner, leading him to adopt the name Catman and begin his process of bodily transformation into the image of this powerful creature. Starting with tiger-striped tattoos on his face and body, Avner embarked on a long and complex transformation journey. Over the years, he collaborated with renowned body modification experts like Steve Howarth and Shannon Larratt, undergoing a total of 14 major surgeries. These surgeries included subdermal implants to reshape his face, flattening his nose, pointing his ears, and even implanting facial hair. For a period, he even experimented with a fake tail to complete his cat-like image. Despite his unconventional appearance, Dennis Avner has maintained a relatively traditional career path in the field of information technology. However, his unique appearance garnered significant public attention, leading him to appear on famous shows such as Larry King Live and Ripley's Believe It or Not. Avner's transformation made a strong impression and sparked debates about the limits of body modification and personal freedom. Although some media outlets claimed he held the world record for the most extreme permanent transformation into an animal, this recognition remains unofficial. Nonetheless, Dennis Avner has become a cultural icon representing the farthest boundaries of human self-expression. Tragically, Dennis Avner's life came to an end in 2012 when he passed away at the age of 54. His death shocked those who had followed his journey, leaving both admiration and controversy in its wake. Avner's journey is remembered as a testament to exceptional personal values, challenging the world to reconsider the concept of normal beauty and the ways we define ourselves. Whether praised or criticized, Catman, Dennis Avner remains the embodiment of pushing boundaries. His story proves that humanity's desire for self-expression is as wild, mysterious, and indomitable as the very animals we admire. Hang Mioku is a striking example of how an obsession with cosmetic surgery can destroy a person's life. Known for her ruthless fixation on changing her appearance, Hang Mioku's story is not only about beauty, but also serves as a reminder of the consequences of obsession and a lack of self-control. Once an aspiring model and singer, Hang began pursuing cosmetic surgery at the age of 28 with the dream of having smoother, younger-looking skin. However, this dream quickly turned into a powerful compulsion, leading her down a dark path that left her with permanent physical and emotional scars. Hang Mioku's transformation journey began in South Korea and continued in Japan, where she underwent multiple surgeries in the hope of changing her appearance. However, Her obsession grew stronger, and doctors began refusing to perform more procedures, citing warnings about the dangers, and realizing that her cosmetic surgery addiction had spiraled out of control. When she returned to South Korea, the changes to her face were so extreme that even her parents struggled to recognize their own daughter. Initially, she sought help from a psychiatrist, but eventually she gave up on therapy and continued to seek out doctors willing to perform surgeries. Jessica Alves, formerly known as Rodrigo Alves, is a British-Brazilian television personality famous for her extensive and publicly documented cosmetic surgeries. Her story is not only about beauty, but also about identity self-expression and the challenges she faces in relation to societal norms. Born on July 30, 1983 in São Paulo, Brazil, Jessica is the daughter of a Brazilian mother and a British father. Her paternal family traces its roots to European immigrants who arrived in Brazil in the 1940s, initially working in agriculture, before branching out into supermarkets, shopping centers, and real estate. From a young age, Jessica recognized and embraced her femininity, finding comfort in playing with Barbie dolls that her grandfather had given her and expressing herself through clothing and traditional girlhood games. Although assigned male at birth, Jessica consistently asserted herself and challenged rigid societal gender classifications. During her teenage years, she faced hormonal imbalances that led to a sudden increase in estrogen levels, resulting in the unexpected development of breasts. These changes, combined with her unique personality, made Jessica a target for bullying, which ultimately shaped her self-awareness and determination to express her true identity. Over the years, Jessica has undergone more than 103 cosmetic surgeries, including multiple nose surgeries, which ultimately caused her to lose her sense of smell. Her journey of transformation has been both extreme and expensive, with surgical costs totaling over $650,000 by 2018. These surgeries reflect not only vanity, but also Jessica's unwavering commitment to aligning her outward appearance with her inner identity. Her journey highlights issues surrounding gender identity self-expression and the cultural pressures surrounding beauty and appearance. Although her transformations have sparked intense controversy and public curiosity, they also highlight the courage required to pursue authenticity in a world quick to judge those who deviate from the norm. Despite the challenges she has faced, from medical complications to public scrutiny, Jessica has remained steadfast in her pursuit of self-expression. Her life is both an inspiration and a cautionary tale, illustrating the complex intersection between aesthetic identity and personal empowerment. April Michelle Brown's pursuit of beauty took a horrifying turn when what seemed like a simple surgery turned into a nightmare. Hoping to enhance her appearance, April turned to an unlicensed doctor for buttock injections. She had no idea that this decision would lead to a life-threatening disaster, ultimately costing her both her arms and legs. The procedure used industrial-grade silicone, a substance similar to construction adhesive, which caused severe tissue damage and a dangerous infection. What began as a simple cosmetic procedure quickly turned into a fight for survival. April's story is a serious warning about the dangers of uncontrolled cosmetic procedures, especially when entrusting one's health to untrained individuals. This can lead to catastrophic and irreversible consequences, as April experienced firsthand. After the heartbreaking incident, April underwent a total of 27 surgeries to remove the affected tissue and prevent the infection from spreading. The physical pain and immense emotional trauma were overwhelming, but she refused to let herself fall into despair. Instead, April demonstrated incredible resilience, learning to live with prosthetic limbs and continuing to navigate her new life. Her story highlights the allure and danger of cheap cosmetic procedures that promise dramatic results but carry the hidden risk of death. Each surgery for April was a step toward reclaiming control over her body, even in circumstances no one should ever have to endure. Overcoming immense physical and emotional challenges, April Michelle Brown has proven that the human spirit can endure unimaginable trials. Simon Cowell, the iconic music executive and television personality, known for creating global hits like The X Factor and Got Talent, recently underwent a dramatic transformation, sparking much speculation about cosmetic procedures. In 2023, Cowell candidly admitted that he had pursued aesthetic treatments in search of a more youthful appearance. However, the results of these procedures made him almost unrecognizable, and many people compared his new look to characters straight out of a horror movie. The news shocked not only his fans, but also had a profound impact on Simon Cowell personally, especially when his young son Eric was reportedly struggling to adjust to the significant changes in his father's appearance. To address the situation, Cowell decided to remove some of the fillers from previous procedures and shift focus to more subtle facial treatments. His goal was to maintain a naturally youthful look without the extreme or unnatural results he had initially experienced. Cowell also emphasized his holistic approach to health and fitness, focusing on a more balanced and sustainable way to care for his body and appearance. Currently, Simon Cowell follows a balanced diet, prioritizing hydration and focusing on overall health rather than just appearance. This change reflects his commitment to sustainable long-term self-care, aligning with American cultural values surrounding fitness, nutrition, and healthy aging. Cowell's journey serves as a reminder that even the most famous figures are not immune to the pressures of maintaining youth and public image. His experience emphasizes the importance of moderation, thoughtful decision-making, and combining overall health with personal aesthetics. Today, Simon Cowell continues to be a dominant force in the entertainment industry. His changes in aesthetics and lifestyle demonstrate that innovation can take many forms, from subtle aesthetic improvements to embracing a healthy and sustainable approach to aging. Simon Cowell's story resonates with anyone seeking the balance between personal image, public perception, and long-term happiness. It serves as a thoughtful model of transformation, prioritizing health alongside appearance, showing that self-care extends far beyond just outward appearance. Sharon Osbourne, known for her candid discussions about cosmetic procedures, has undergone numerous enhancements over the years. However, recently she decided to put a halt to further surgeries, especially after a facelift in 2021 at the age of 70. Sharon described the result of this surgery as making her look like a one-eyed monster, and the painful experience forced her to reconsider her future surgical plans. She admitted that time was not on her side, and the 5-hour procedure left her feeling extremely uncomfortable during recovery, while also worrying about the asymmetry between her eyes. This experience marked a turning point, leading Sharon to realize that pursuing drastic aesthetic changes at her age carried too many risks. While she decided to pause cosmetic surgery, Sharon Osbourne has had a long history with it. In her 2013 memoir, Unbreakable, she openly discussed undergoing facelifts, laser treatments, chemical peels, and other cosmetic procedures whenever she felt the need. Her honesty has played a significant role in normalizing discussions about cosmetic surgery, particularly for women facing societal pressures about aging. Sharon's story highlights both the allure and the challenges of cosmetic interventions. While these procedures can help people feel more confident and aligned with their appearance, it's crucial to listen to the body and recognize boundaries, especially as we age. Currently, Sharon focuses more on embracing her natural beauty and openly sharing her experiences. Sharon Osbourne's journey serves as a reminder of the need to balance aging, beauty, and health. Knowing when to stop is an essential part of maintaining confidence and happiness in life. Sharon's story is an important reminder about taking care of our health and appreciating our natural beauty. Always maintain confidence and make wise choices in life because true beauty often doesn't come from external changes, but from being content with who you are. If you found this story inspiring, please leave a like and comment your thoughts below. Have you ever had to make tough decisions about beauty or health? Share with us. Don't forget to hit subscribe to support us, and stay tuned for more fascinating and meaningful stories in future videos.